Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am excited to have you here. And if you are one of my subscribers, welcome. I am so glad you are back. So as you can tell by the title, this is a new release video and I am going to be showing you all my listings for my Etsy store, Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. And I'm excited to dive in. I've got the month of November ready and put up in my budget plan, budget sheets for the month of November and the month of December. So I am excited to be here to show this off to you. I love the header and washi strip that I just created for the top of this. It spoke to me as November, it spoke to me as fall, it spoke to me as leading into Christmas, and I just thought it was gorgeous. I'll just lift this up a little bit so you can see more of it. But I think it turned out really, really good and really beautiful. So I love this. Not as much as the pumpkin October one, but this is still beautiful. My pumpkin fall October will always be my favorite, but this really spoke to me as November and it was beautiful. After I go through all the budget sheets for November, I will also do the December ones. So this might be a lengthy video, so you can kind of scan through to each section to see what you want to see. So as you can see here, this is the calendar. It's a dated calendar. It's a Sunday start calendar with a note section. And I also have, and I always keep both versions available in my shop. This is one listing by itself, or you can purchase this Sunday start calendar as part of a bundle pack with all the budget sheets that are cheaper to buy all of them if you're going to buy several, or you can do a Monday start version of either just a single listing or a budget bundle. So here we go. And I have both versions available in my shop, and yeah, they just turned out really good. So this one, as you can see, I had to shift everything to do the Sunday because it's a Monday start and still have all the squares for all the days of the month, so to get it on 2 sheets. But you have your notes section. It's November 2020. As far as all the budget sheets, this may be my November design, but you will only find the month written at the top of the calendars. None of the other budget sheets say November. They all just say what they are: a budget sheet, a weekly check-in, whatever it is. It won't say November, it'll just have the November sign. So if you want to use some of the other budget sheets and you have no need for the calendar, then that will work out really great for you. So here is the budget sheet. Now this is a variable and fixed expenses with 4 income at the top, and it's a 1-page sheet. And I was thinking earlier when I was looking at this could also be, if somebody really wanted it to be, a paycheck to paycheck budgeting. You just would print several of these and kind of make a notation somewhere: paycheck 1, paycheck 2, or paycheck dates on the top. You can probably write it in the corner up here or something like that, and write out your variable and fixed during that paycheck period. So this is very versatile now that I've thought about it. If you don't want to buy the weekly, not weekly, but the paycheck to paycheck 1 through 5, you can just buy one of these and just budget paycheck to paycheck with one of these. So many options in budgeting, so many ways to budget, and whatever works best for you is what I'm hoping to help you with. And so, yeah, 4 income, 10 variable, 10 fixed, and yeah, this one sheet can do a lot. So I love that. The next one I have is if 10 variable and 10 fixed are not enough room, which sometimes happens because I have to use a 2-sheet budget. I have this variable and fixed expenses. There's 20 lines for each, and then there's 6 lines for income. And because I had a little extra room at the bottom, and anytime I have extra room on a budget sheet, I actually put a little note section just so you can kind of write notes about your budget for the month, what you want, what you expect for the month, what you need to remind yourself for the month, or whatever you need to plan for the next month. And you can make notations here. So that's what I love about these. Let's see here. Next I have my single expense sheet. Now, each of these are a single listing, and I forgot to mention, let me go back just 1 second. This listing with the calendars is also part of the bundle. The single budget pages are not part of the bundle, but the 2 pages of budget sheets are in the bundle. So I have a variable and fixed, and then also have just expenses, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this is part of the bundle. The calendar is part of the bundle, and you can choose your Monday or Sunday start. Either one works. Now this one is not part of the bundle, but it is a single listing if you want it. And again, you can use this paycheck to paycheck if you just want to budget your expenses and your income for that paycheck period with this, and that's all you really need. Or you can use the paycheck 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I have, that I absolutely love using as well. So, but this can be a monthly budget. This can be a paycheck to paycheck budget. It is so flexible. You decide how to use it in the best way that makes sense to you. Like I said, it's a single listing, but it's not part of the bundle. But what is part of the bundle, you get the variable and fixed, or you can get my favorite, which is just the expenses 2-page, and you get about 46 lines here just to list your expenses. And the reason I love this, I don't need to separate variable and fixed. I really don't. It doesn't matter to me if it's variable or fixed, because I have a budgeted amount, and then I can go back and put the actual, and if it's over and under, that's fine by me. I just compensate for it as I go along. I like them listed in an expense sheet when they come out for the month. That's what makes sense to me. So I usually have them in order on how I have on their due dates on when they come out in the calendar. That way I'm not all over the map trying to figure out, okay, this is variable, but that comes out in the first month. This is fixed, and this comes out the first of the month, and then I'm back and forth. It's not that big a deal. It just depends on how you're used to budgeting and your style of budgeting. And my style of budgeting is just listing them in order as they come out. I have 6 income at the top. All the expenses, like I said, 46 expenses. That's usually enough for me. And then it leaves me about this much room at the bottom to add what I usually call unbudgeted miscellaneous. And I can just take out whatever the extra money for the buffer is out in this section. I would budget 0 and I would put an actual, and it'd be a negative over here. So if you watch my videos, you've seen me do that every month. It's ridiculous, but I do. But anyway, so this is part of the budget pack. So you would get the fixed and variable, or you would get this. So you get to choose which sheets you actually want to use. If you don't use all of them, that's okay. Maybe you have a friend that would. That's okay. Print what you need. Print what you want. I would love for you to have whatever it is you need if it's going to help you budget for paying off debt, building wealth, helping out your family, and just taking care of your needs. That's what I love. So these are my paycheck to paycheck budgets sheets, and I'm just going to show you the script headers, but you will see full page as well. So paycheck 1, paycheck 2, and you can see the full thing over here. And basically paycheck 1, and I'll have 4 income here at the top. Sometimes you only get 1 income. A lot of times I will balance forward what was left over at the end of one paycheck and balance it forward to the next paycheck, or rollover, whatever you want to call it. There's so many ways to call it. So usually my first line is balance forward or rollover, and what that amount was, and the budget and actual usually ends up being the same because I already know what the number is by the time I'm writing my paycheck. And then my husband's salary. Sometimes there are multiple incomes, and that will show up here as well. Maybe you sell something online, or maybe Facebook Marketplace, or like I sold 2 of our old phones, and that was through Gazelle, and got $212 back. And they put the deposit through PayPal, which was kind of awesome. So yeah, using Gazelle was great. I got a little bit income and just put it towards my budget, and I may not have budgeted anything. It would have been 0 here, but I actually put the actual amount here, boosted how much money I had left over, and that was great. So that's what we did. And then I just put all my expenses down here. And that's it. That's just how it works. So paycheck to paycheck is my favorite way to budget because you're budgeting actual numbers, actual deposit that you have in your mouth, you have in your bank account. Monthly budgets are perfect so you can map everything out. And I usually use my calendar to do the monthly budget, and I use those budget sheets to do my monthly entire budget. So I can have a projected idea how much money will be left over at the end of the month and what I need to put into savings or put towards debt. But paycheck to paycheck is where I really get into the nitty gritty, and I look for and find what I need for actual money that I have actually in my account. So it runs side by side with my bank account, and I can keep accurate numbers that way. So there's that. The next thing I have is a transaction log. Now this is a single listing. Oh, by the way, before I go too much further, this is part of the budget pack and a single listing. So you can either buy it by itself or you can get it with the Sunday or Monday Start bundle budget pack. This is a single listing by itself, and it's part of a 7-group page. So as a single listing, it's just a transaction log. You can use it for whatever you want to track, whether you want to track specific spending, savings, whatever, sinking funds, debt tracker, just all kinds of stuff. And I have a separate debt tracker as well. There's just so many ways you can use it. It's so versatile, and you just make a notation exactly what it's being used for, then that works. Now I also have this listing with 7 other sheets. So the transaction log, the grocery and household, that's 3. And then I prefer grocery household combined because I actually buy them together, all that together in the same grocery store, usually at Walmart. I do not separate my receipts if I don't have to. So that's why I have it set as a combo, and this is what I actually use. But I know some people separate. That's why I have that as well. It's all one listing. This 7-page listing is also in the budget pack for Sunday Start or Monday Start. A list for restaurants and miscellaneous. And last but not least, gasoline. There we go. So these are my listings for the budget pack, like I said, or for a single listing of 7 sheets. And you can track your spending in this. I love using this. I use this every day. I actually track my spending twice, once on a calendar for a weekly check-in, but this is the one that actually runs the numbers complete every day. So I know exactly how much I have left. When I track what I spent that day, whatever's left, that is what I have left to spend until the next payday. So that really keeps me in check by daily tracking my spending. Love this listing. I use it all the time. The next one is the weekly check-in. It's my new favorite, and I really like it. It's been awesome because I've learned shopping patterns I didn't realize I had. I discovered I like to spend about $300 on the first week because we get a lot of money up front from my husband's retirement check and disability check, and then my son's rent. So we get a lot kind of all at once. And so I'll do big shopping here, $300, big shopping here, $300, and then I go $100 to $200 here and here. And if it goes into a 5th week, I'll just break it up. But yeah, I do larger shopping in the beginning, and this is just new revelation for me this past week, and smaller spending throughout the end of the month. So, and then because I went into the 5th week, that left a lot of room over here. Again, I love a good notes page. So I have notes here for you to write on your spending habits, or how you want to break down your budget for the weekly check-in, how you want to do whatever. It's really, really useful to have that. And every month I have something different here, something you can work on, no spend days, or, remind yourself of those, or what you want to spend for the next month and how you want to break it down. Just so many ways of working through it, and I absolutely love it. So yes, this is the weekly check-in. turned out great. It looks beautiful. I love how it turned out. And it's just really fun to look at. It's really fun to come back to. And it's such a pleasure because budgeting is not fun. As much as I enjoy a good budget, it's really not that fun. This weekly check-in is also part of the budget pack, as well as a single separate listing. So you can check that out in my shop. And you can get it either part of the Monday Start Pack or the Sunday Start Pack. Now this is a single listing by itself, and it also comes in the budget pack as well. This is a savings tracker. You just have your date, your beginning balance, what you added, what you took out, and your ending balance. And then you can use the next month ones. I will be using this more coming up. I will be using this in the month of November because I believe, and I really hope, that in the month of October, I plan, and this is a little sneak peek kind of thing, I plan to pay off my school loans in October. I've been saying all along it'd be December 31st. But I looked at our savings, I looked at our budget, I looked at everything, and I realized, you know what? I could do this at the end of October and my entire school loan would be paid off. So I'm really excited about that, which means starting in November, I will be putting money aside after every paycheck into savings so that we can have our 3 to 6 month fully funded emergency fund, not just the $1,000 baby starter fund. And mine's actually $2,000. So, and that's okay. But yeah, I am excited about the saving tracker sheet. I cannot wait to dive in for that and get into that starting in November. I'm definitely using that, which means I will not need this sheet. This is a single listing, but it's also part of the budget pack. It's a debt tracker, and you can put your debt over here, your starting balance, how much you paid, your interest paid, and your ending balance. Sure. This is part of the budget pack, and this is also a single listing. And so if this is something you're in need and you want to really focus on debt and get out of debt, I highly encourage you to get something like this. This will keep you focused. It's pleasurable to look at. It will help you come back to it and start building a new relationship with money and building a new relationship with debt. Because once you start seeing, and what really kicked my butt was how much interest I was paying on credit cards, and seeing that number and have it separated out, oh my gosh, I got tired of paying interest so bad. I got angry, and it really helped intensify Gazelle, push me out of debt. And I love that. So if this is something you need, I have this in my shop. And then last but not least, in fact, it's most everybody's favorite, is sinking funds. And you just track your sinking funds in here. And a lot of the people like to take the sinking funds and if I can find it real quick, I think it's right about, yeah, I lost it. My transaction log. Oh, here we go. I had to flip through the sheets. Sometimes they will combine these two sheets together and just buy these two listings. And that's great because sinking funds are like how I use my sinking funds. I use it to pay for annual expenses, things that pop up through the year that you tend to forget until they hit the bank account. So I keep track of them by creating a category, saving up a little bit every month, and then combining all these categories together into one deposit for the month, and then build up until they are due. So if it's due in 7 months, I'm doing $10 a month. So I would do 3 months into the year, I would start saving $10 a month. And then it's due, and then I don't have to start saving again until a few months later. So things like that. If it's $120 a month, then same thing. You just keep putting $10 a month all year long. The $120 come out, and you're like, oh, I can replenish that with my sinking fund. So yeah, I love sinking funds. And some people like to use sinking funds and have categories where they're using it for their clothes spending, for their children or for themselves, or if they have vacations, Christmas, they have a pet fund, and that covers their vet bills and their dog food or cat food or whatever the pet needs at that time. So yeah, I love, and I'm sure you do too, a good sinking fund, but some people do transaction logs with it. So when they shop out of the clothing category, they can track here, this is the amount and this is what is left for that category. And then they can balance back and forth. Love it, love it, love it. So that's my November sheets. And then let's get into the December sheets. Oh my gosh, they are gorgeous. Absolutely love them. So the sheets are exactly the same. So I'm just going to flip through and play some music. And what's a bundle in the November is a bundle in December. They're the exact same. But look how gorgeous this turned out. Now I use for myself 28-pound paper when I print, and that holds a lot of color. It makes it vibrant and really good, not copy paper. If you want to use copy paper, you can, but it may look a little translucent because it is a lesser quality paper, but it's perfect for whoever needs it. But look at that header, that colorful poinsettia with the pine cones and the white and red poinsettias with the green. I just fell in love with that. And I thought, oh my gosh, what says Christmas more than that? Nothing. That so much says Christmas right there. So again, only the calendars have December on them, though this is a very December-y, Christmassy thing. Yeah, this is December. Sunday start, Monday start. I'm just going to go through and start showing the pages. I'll run some music. You can look through them. The explanations are exactly the same as November's, and I hope you enjoy this video. hope you enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed showing you this. As I said before, November budget kits are out, December budget kits are out, and you can buy individual listings or you can buy a budget pack. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.